Miss Munoz here with a video to help you with Nomenclature Review Level 1. And I've got a couple things up to help you. You have these items in your notebook. I've got the color-coded periodic table for metals and nonmetals, and also a copy of your prefixes. So the key here is deciding if the name needs prefixes or not. So you always need to take a look at the first element, find it on your periodic table. Here's Na, and decide what kind of element it is. Na is a metal because it's blue according to my color code. Blue are metals. If it starts with a metal, it will not need prefixes, and you will simply write the name of each part. So Na is sodium. O is oxygen, but your second element you change to ide, so sodium oxide. Our next one, we have carbon. Carbon is in my red section. My red section are my nonmetals. Since it starts with a nonmetal, I am going to use prefixes. But if your first element is only one, you don't use the prefix one with your first element. So it's carbon, and my prefix for 2 is di, so carbon dioxide. Still change the second element ending to ide. Next, we have phosphorus. Phosphorus is also in my nonmetal section, so I am going to use prefixes. This time, my first element, there's a 2. So I am going to go ahead and use a prefix on the first element as well as the second. Diphosphorus, 5 is pent. And so you can call this pentaoxide or pentoxide. When you have the vowel with the O in oxide, you drop the A and just call it pentoxide. Next, we have Mg, metal, no prefixes, so magnesium. And instead of magnesium dichloride, it's just magnesium chloride. And there's no prefix with the 2 because magnesium is a metal. Sulfur. Sulfur is a nonmetal, so I'm going to use prefixes. And I'm going to call this sulfur trioxide. Strontium. Strontium is in the metal section. So instead of tristrontium, it's just strontium. And instead of dinitride, it's just nitride. Chlorine is right here. It is a nonmetal. So instead of chlorine bromide, it's going to be chlorine tribromide. Carbon, remember carbon was a nonmetal, so I'm going to use prefix. And there's only one oxygen, so this time I am going to use mono, but only with my second element. Aluminum is a metal. No prefixes with either part. Aluminum sulfide. K is a metal. Potassium. P is phosphide. And notice every single one of these ends in ide.